You test him before he does anything wrong. You watch how he talks to the waitress. You watch what he does when he thinks you're not paying attention. You wait for the moment he slips because in your mind, it's not if, it's when. And you call that discernment. I want to ask you something. Before he ever had the chance to hurt you, who told you he would? Because mine did. My mother prayed 7 years for me. 7 years. The doctor kept telling my parents they would never have kids. After my father died, this was years afterward, she looked at me and told me that no man would ever want me. She also said it didn't matter who I married, preacher, pastor, deacon, they were going to cheat on me because all men cheat. Child, I remember I was a virgin in high school. My mama was calling me a hoe and a slut for no reason, just for existing. If you've spent your whole life bracing for a betrayal that hasn't happened yet, just stay with me. This video is for you.
Tired of just surviving, ready to heal. Gotta take some action, do more than kneel. I kept blaming heaven.
Yeah, this video is pretty much gonna put you in my business a little bit. So here's what nobody tells you regarding trust issues with men. They rarely start with the man. They start earlier, quieter, in the one relationship you didn't get to choose. I used to think that my guardedness was just a part of my personality. I'm independent. I don't need nobody. I've seen too much. And that's what I told people. That's also what I told myself. The truth was simpler and a lot harder to say out loud. Here's what it was. This is what I was thinking, but I never would say it. If I couldn't trust the woman who gave birth to me, the one who was supposed to be my safest place on earth, I can't trust anybody. That's the root to lie. Not, well, men can't be trusted. No. The real lie underneath it all, I'm not safe with people who are supposed to love me. Period. Once that gets written in you, especially as a child, you don't just walk into adult relationships neutral. You walk in already convinced of the ending. This is why generic dating advice never worked for you. Just communicate better, set boundaries, set the tone. Just be vulnerable. You gotta be vulnerable. I tried that. It's not that the advice was wrong. It's that it was aimed. Hold on, y'all, because the way that lightning just hit, I don't play with lightning. Y'all give me 1 minute. Baby, I don't play with the Lord's lightning. And I got to hurry up. Baby, where was I? The advice, the generic dating advice, right? It's not that it was wrong. It was aimed at the wrong wound, if that makes sense. You cannot boundary your way out of a belief system. Hello? You cannot communicate your way out of a nervous system that was trained early and repeatedly to expect abandonment. Let me say this plainly. My mother was not protecting me when she told me that every man would cheat. She was handling me with her own unhealed pain and calling it wisdom, and I carried it like it was mine. Sure did. Tap, tap, tap. If your mother or the woman who raised you used fear to control you, shame to shrink you, or rejection to keep you close, you didn't just inherit her words. You inherited her nervous system's response to love. That is not something willpower fixes. That is something that you have to heal at the root. Here's what I need you to understand, because this is where healing actually starts. That guardedness you carry, my God, those men would tell me, Renisha, you got all these guards up and you just make us go through all these walls. You're just so guarded. It's like, my good. They would fight too. They would fight. I'm sorry, y'all. I apologize to some of them. Maybe not all of them, but I did apologize. I went back and apologized to some of them. That may have been regarding something else, but don't y'all judge me. So that guardedness you carry, the testing, the bracing, the pulling away right when things get good, that's not some flaw in your character. That is a survival strategy your body built when you were a child with no other options. Your nervous system learned that connection is dangerous. This is dangerous. Control the exit before it controls you. If you all only knew about sweet little Renisha. But again, this does not make you weak. This is just how you were wired, okay? So let me give you the framework I use when I work with women that are dealing with this. I call it the 3 layers of the wound. Because if you only address one layer, of course, the pattern still comes back. Layer 1 is the psychological layer. Yes, I'm rushing because it's storming and lightning. This is like my last video for today, and I just want to finish this. Layer 1, the psychological layer. This is the belief system: I am unlovable. I don't want to start crying. Y'all remember how I've mentioned it so many times before, how I would look in the mirror just crying, saying, I'm so broken. No man will ever want me. No man will ever love me. I'm too broken for them to love me. They're not going to want to deal with all of this. So this is that belief system. I'm unlovable. Men will always leave. Love comes with humiliation. These are not just random thoughts. They are conclusions you drew as a child trying to make sense of pain that didn't make sense. A child's brain cannot process, you know what? My mother is unwell. You're talking about a child. Because it can't process that, it turns around and says, you know what? Something is wrong with me. I'm the problem. That belief becomes the lens that you see every relationship through, even now, as an adult. Layer 2 is the biological layer. This is where the nervous system piece comes in. I want to be honest with you. This is not just spiritual and it's not just mental. Your body remembers. So when someone gets close to you, your vagus nerve, the nerve that regulates your sense of safety, it can register closeness as a threat because closeness is what hurt you the first time. Is this making sense? That's why you can logically know. I can know this man is safe. I can still feel my chest getting tight, my jaw clenching, and my walls going up, even though I know this man is safe. This is not you being dramatic. That is your body doing exactly what it was trained to do. Is this making sense? Talk back to me, even though this is a pre-recorded video. Layer 3 is the spiritual layer. So this is the part I can't leave out. I didn't just heal by nervous system work alone. I didn't heal just by therapy language alone. Somewhere along the way, I made an agreement with that lie. I agreed that love was unsafe. I agreed that no man would ever love me. I agreed that no matter who I was with, he was going to cheat on me. I agreed that I had to protect myself because no one else would. We all know about agreements, even the ones we don't consciously make. They hold this power over your life. And until we identify them and break them on purpose, that power is going to be held by that agreement. You don't just drift into freedom. You don't just get there by accident. You have to name the lie, renounce the agreement. Let God rebuild what your mother, your father, your grandma, your grandpa, whoever it was, tore down. That is the deliverance piece, okay? It's not a performance and it's not a show. You're just using truth to replace the lie that has been running your relationships for years. Here's the aha moment that I want you to sit with. You don't have a man problem. You do not. I promise you, you don't have a man. Renisha, it's a shortage of men. Yeah, but you don't have a man problem. Some of you, most of you, don't have a man problem. You have an unhealed daughter inside of you who is still bracing for her mother to hurt her again. And she's showing up in every relationship, testing every man because she never got to feel safe the first time problem. Healing this does not mean you excuse what was done to you. It doesn't mean you have to reconcile with your mother or pretend it didn't happen or rush to forgive before you've even grieved. Healing means you stop letting a 12-year-old's coping mechanism drive a grown woman's love life. I want to cry. That starts with separating protection from truth. The guardedness protected you as a child with no power to leave. You're not that child anymore. You get to ask a new question, not will this hurt me the way she did, but is this actually safe right now in front of me? I don't say this from a textbook. I say it because I literally lived every layer of it. This video is just one of my many testimonies, okay? So as a woman who survived a toxic mother, who called me unlovable before I ever gave a man the chance to love me, I'm not gonna cry, who survived church environments that taught me my pain wasn't as important as my performance, who spent years testing every good man to prove my own fear right. I built something for the women still standing where I stood. It's called the Mother Wound Recovery Suite. This is not a worksheet. It's not generic advice. I believe this is, I don't know if it's 4 or 5 classes that I taught regarding those of you who are dealing with the mother wound. It's some of the exact process I used to separate my mother's voice from my own, identify the agreements I made without realizing it, and start relating to love from a healed place instead of a guarded one. Walk through step by step using everything I gave you, going so much deeper. If you are someone, if you are a woman, I don't know if did I address me? I think I may have addressed men in this class. So if you are someone who is dealing with the mother wound, I'm telling you, you need this class. I think, again, it's like 4 or 5 separate classes that I taught. The link will be in the description. I'll also add it to the comment section underneath this video. If what I said today named something in you, that is not a coincidence. That is an invitation. So if this video described you closer than you would like to admit, do 2 things before you close it out. Number 1, send this to 5 women who need to hear it today, okay? Because there's a woman somewhere in your circle who is testing a good man right now, and she is bracing for a betrayal that just isn't coming, and she needs to know the wound has a name before she sabotages something real. I even have a friend, one of my best friends in the whole wide world. She will message me, not randomly, but randomly, if we're talking about a specific thing. If we're talking about something concerning a man, and she will be like, Renisha, don't self-sabotage. If she sees this video, she knows exactly who she is. You got to have friends that keep it real. So send this to 5 women. Second, I want you to comment one thing. Tell me how old you were when you first learned that love wasn't safe. I know I read all of my comments. I will respond back. Also, if you like hearing my personal testimony, you want to hear my business a little bit more, just ask. Okay? Ask and I will tell you. If you want someone to walk you through this journey one-on-one, check out, you can either sign up for my private healing intensive or my Bloom coaching program. I encourage you to look at both and see what's best, what fits you best for where you are now. Go read the description before you just jump and invest in something. Read both and choose the one that is the best fit for you, because by the time you all see this video, I'm batch recording. By the time you see this, it's probably going to be closer to September. So I don't know if you need the private healing intensive or my Bloom coaching. Either way, it's one-on-one. Private healing intensive, you get 4 one-on-one sessions with me. Bloom coaching, you have you'll see. You have, it's longer and it includes more. And it's not just this generic framework, okay? It's just you, your story, and the process of finally trusting love again. The links will be below. Go check it out. I feel like I had something else to tell you, but I can't remember what it was. So I think I need to stop recording today because it's been a lot. It's been a very successful day, but I've recorded a lot. So I love you all. I'm going to see you in that video. And girl, let that man love you if he a good man. If he's not, get rid of that bum so the good man could locate you. Love y'all. Bye.
heaven for what still bled in me. But the bruises had a name, and they came from deep. So I let it surface, I let it speak. Hands open now on my bent knees. It was never